Greetings, Supervisor Fletcher.
I am sorry I'm late. Thank you for your patience.
Absolutely. We're having a few technical difficulties.
MTS went a little bit long.
So am I good to start?
Yes, you are.
Thank you. Good morning. Welcome to our press conference on Pandemic-EBT. My name is Anahid Brakke, and I'm the Executive Director of the San Diego Hunger Coalition. We're joined today by Supervisor Nathan Fletcher and Vice President of the San Diego Unified Board of Trustees, Richard Barrera. We're going to be talking to you about a new federal benefit program that's available for families. First, I just want to mention that this is being recorded and that all of the participants are muted. So we will be having a Q&A at the end of our video press conference. So please go ahead and enter your questions into the chat, and we will keep time at the end of our half an hour together for answering your questions. First, I want to say to families across San Diego County that this is a very difficult time, and that if you are struggling, you are not alone. This is a federal program that is part of the congressional aid package passed by Congress. It's a new program specifically for families with children, and it's called Pandemic-EBT. The Pandemic-EBT benefit provides $365 per child who was previously receiving free and reduced price meals when school was in session. So any household with children who were receiving free or reduced price meals or attended a school that was serving free meals to all kids is eligible for this program. That's an estimated 250,000 kids in our region. About half of those students will have, their parents will have received the cards automatically. In most cases, only the oldest child's name will be on that card. For the other half of the population that's eligible, you will need to go online and apply. The good news is that it's a simple application. There's only about 5 questions. The difficult part is that the state is completely backed up with the applications. There's been a tremendous response. Of course, this is $365 per child. It's incredibly important that we get it out. We're spreading the word through our community-based partners. And you're going to hear a little bit from Supervisor Fletcher and Board Trustee Barrera about their efforts in getting the word out about this program. So now I'd love to turn it over to Supervisor Fletcher.
Wonderful to join both the Hunger Coalition, San Diego Unified, along with community leaders as we talk about this. Obviously, because of COVID-19, children have missed out on so much of the enriching benefits that a school provides, a great learning environment, being with their friends, the extracurricular activities. Parents certainly are having a much deeper and greater appreciation for what our teachers do every day, and the tremendous difficulty of what they do every day and the tremendous benefit. But sometimes what can be lost at times on some folks in some communities is the vital role that schools play in terms of delivering food to children who are in need, healthy, nutritious food. And I know our schools have done heroic work to date to try and fill that void and fill that gap and replace those opportunities. But the Pandemic-EBT Federal Food Assistance Program ensures that children and families have access to money for nutritious meals while schools remain closed. And I'm proud to be here today, again, with the Hunger Coalition, with San Diego Unified, to encourage families to sign up. This is extra money that is available to them, but the deadline is June 30th. And we want families in need to utilize this program before the deadline. And I appreciate everyone and all the work that is being done, both Richard Barrera and Anahid and the San Diego Hunger Coalition to try and do this. But the reality is no child should go hungry. That's true before COVID, and that is equally true now. And many of the mechanisms we had in place around free and reduced lunches at schools help make sure that didn't happen. And this program helps to try and bridge the gap while we wait for schools to reopen, for schools to restart. And so this really highlighted, I think, COVID highlighted so many of the inequities that are present in our society, and this would be one of them. It also created uncertainty in many households. Many families relied on school meals in order to make ends meet, and the grab-and-go meal system set up by many of the county schools, an incredible effort to meet that need, but the simple reality was it just wasn't able to reach everyone. And the Pandemic-EBT program can help relieve some of the anxiety around food insecurity. By getting families to sign up, we can help those families and help those kids. Anytime there are new programs where you have to sign up, families at times need some reassurance that this is real. When someone offers you an extra $365 to pay for food, it's only natural to say, well, what is the catch? And so I just want to very quickly walk through a couple things we want families to know about feeling safe to sign up for what we call the P-EBT, the Pandemic-EBT program. This is not a public charge benefit, and this will in no way affect your immigration status. P-EBT is available to all families whose children are enrolled in free or reduced price breakfast or lunch at schools. Families should still take advantage of the grab-and-go meals provided by local schools, which are also not considered public charge benefits. P-EBT is a new program. It was launched very quickly. As with so many things that we are doing in response to COVID, we have to move very quickly, and sometimes that can lend to a few little hiccups, some kind of challenges as we go through, but we encourage everyone to go through the application process as families are unsure whether they are eligible or uncertain about if they've received benefits for additional children. Apply online. Make sure you apply, and through that application process, many of those issues can be worked through. And then I want to reiterate that P-EBT is only one food assistance program available to families in need. Families should also consider applying for CalFresh, which currently provides families with an additional $400 to $600 per month for food. So in closing, P-EBT is a great resource that families with children who are enrolled in free and reduced meal programs and whose schools have closed due to COVID should take advantage of. 250,000 San Diego students are eligible for the $365 in P-EBT benefits. That is $91 million in grocery assistance available to San Diego families that will not only help those families and those children, but will also help our local grocers and our local food delivery systems. And so there's an economic benefit to utilizing this available federal resource. And so we simply can't pass up bringing that resource to San Diego families in need, to our local grocery stores, and another way of assisting and helping fill the void of the lack of community schools because of what's happened for COVID. So again, we're just encouraging all families to utilize this program, take the remaining few weeks in June to make sure that you apply. And there's a lot of wonderful folks that will help walk through the process and do that. So thank you very much for allowing me to join you today. And thank you to everyone who's involved in these issues. The simple reality is no one in America should ever go hungry. And a lot of folks are working really hard to try and ensure that's a reality.
Thank you very much, Supervisor Fletcher. I'd now like to turn it over to Board of Trustees Vice President for San Diego Unified, Richard Barrera.
Thank you, Anahid, and for all the work that the Hunger Coalition is doing. And thank you, Supervisor Fletcher. You were right on the hitting the nail exactly right on so many of the points that you made. So we know in our district, about 2/3 of our students qualify for the free and reduced priced meal program. And we know that for many of our students, the stable meal that they can rely on each day is that breakfast and lunch that they normally get at school. And we know that students need proper nutrition in order to actually learn. And so, you know, we've made great strides over the past several years to improve our breakfast and lunch program. And when the pandemic hit and we needed to close down, we knew that we immediately needed to set up our grab and go distribution system so that families and our students would continue to have access to a nutritious meal every day. I'm proud of the work that our food services program has done. We now have 26 sites delivering nearly 60,000 meals every day. We've surpassed the 2 million meal mark last week. We now distribute breakfast, lunch, and dinner and meals over the weekend. So 20 out of the 21 meals that a student would need, we supply in our daily distribution program, and that distribution program will continue throughout the summer, even though the school year for most schools is now formally over. But the Pandemic-EBT program is incredibly important because, as Nathan said, you know, there are so many students that we know we are not reaching, even, you know, with our daily distribution sites. We know the number of students that typically would eat breakfast or lunch at school is much higher than the number of families that are able to pick up meals in our daily distribution program. And we know that this additional $365 is absolutely essential. Many of the families in our district we know have, you know, these are families who work in the hotels, work in the restaurants, work as home care providers, have lost hours, have lost work altogether. And this is really an essential support for so many, the overwhelming majority of our families. We have put robocalls out to all of our families, encouraging them to sign up for the EBT program. We'll continue to do that. But as Nathan also talked about, it's important for families to sign up for the program who haven't yet received a P-EBT card. But for those families who have received a P-EBT card, Nathan's exactly right that some of our families have called us and said, what is this? Is this some sort of scam? Is somebody trying to get my information? No, take advantage of this program. It's meant to support you and your kids. We will continue to do outreach up until June 30th. And listen, you know, everybody in our community, whether or not you qualify for this program, if you know somebody who does, please encourage them to go online and sign up. You can go to our website, sandi.net, sandy.net, to get information on how to sign up. We will be distributing information at our daily distribution sites. And again, every opportunity that we get to get the word out to families, this is a safe program to sign up for. It's not going to put your family in harm's way in any way, especially regarding immigration issues. And we need you to sign up and take advantage.
Thank you so much, Trustee Barrera. Again, my name is Anahid Brakke, and I'm the Executive Director of the San Diego Hunger Coalition. I'm going to review a few points, and then we're going to go into Q&A. There are really 4 major points that we want you to take away from this press conference. The first is that the Pandemic-EBT, P-EBT benefit is available, it's safe, and it's $365 per child. Second, when in doubt, apply. Third, this is not a public charge benefit. And 4, there is more food assistance help out there. So I'm going to go through each of those very quickly again. Number 1, $365 per child. Most of the cards will have your oldest child's name on the card. If you are not sure whether all of your eligible children are on that card, reapply. Right now the phone lines are backed up. It's taking about 3 weeks to get cards. So during this period, we have been assured that they are answering every email, returning every phone call, but it is going to take probably through the end of July to process all of the applications. So be patient. The most expeditious way to make sure you're in the queue and in line to get this benefit is to go online and apply. Very simple, 5 questions. Third, sorry, this is not a public charge benefit, and that is actually why some of this is taking so long. The state is going through the process of doing matches manually so that your information is not being entered into a federal database. So this is a safe program for all families to use. You use it as a grocery store, just like a debit card. And then last, more help available. As Trustee Barrera mentioned, San Diego Unified, as well as other districts across the county, are serving grab-and-go meals, and they will be doing this through the summer. On your district's webpage, you can find the sites that are serving those meals along with the hours. Also, please do apply for CalFresh. If you are newly eligible, this is a really good time to apply. The interview is waived, and you will get the maximum household benefit allowable if you can apply by the end of June. With that, I'm going to open it up for questions. Please visit our website, sdhunger.org. We have extensive information about P-EBT on our website, including an outreach flyer that's been translated into 11 languages. So with that, I'll turn it over to our Hunger Free Kids manager, who is Amanda Mesha, and she is going to review some of the questions that we've received through the chat.
All right, thank you. So our first question is from Leah Pizzetti of KGTV. And I believe this question is for you, Anahid. It's a more technical question. So Leah would like to know, can you specify some of the backups? Is it the application, receiving the money? And how long do we expect the backup to last? What can people expect when they're waiting for their card?
Thank you for that excellent question. A lot of people are going through, it's a confusing time with this. And as Supervisor Fletcher mentioned, we're moving as quickly as we can on all levels, and government is trying to catch up. The fantastic thing, though, is that you can rest assured that if you apply, if you leave a voicemail, if you send an email, that they are making their way through all of that. They're actually hiring new staff at the state. They're extremely committed to making sure that everybody who's eligible gets their card. I guess one of the things that we heard yesterday was that in the first week of taking applications, over 1 million households applied. So they will make their way through each and every one.
Thank you. So we have, next question is from Erin from San Diego for Every Child. Her question is, does the funding start as soon as the families get the card? Is it retroactive?
This benefit is a one-time benefit, and they basically calculated, they estimated the cost of providing food over the summer for different households. So it's roughly extends from like the middle of May through, I think, the middle of July. But $365 is the amount that most people will get per child, and the benefit, it will be on that card for a whole year. So don't worry that you've got to get the card in your hands by the end of June, or the cards will continue to be delivered through July and possibly into August, but the benefit will be on that card for an entire year.
Thank you. I also see mentions in the chat, and this question could be for all three of you, but the question is about resources and communications. Understanding this is not a county program, but if anybody could share your outreach strategies or ways that you're getting the information into the community, or places where the community can go in San Diego to get some answers or to learn more.
So I can jump in first, Amanda. So again, if you are eligible for the P-EBT card in our district, and I'm sure this is true in other districts, you have already received a robocall, and you will be getting another one tonight, encouraging you to make use of the card if you've already received it, or to sign up online by June 30th if you haven't. So our primary form of communication is direct communication to our families through the robocalls. Families can also get information on our website, sandy.net. And of course, if you're coming out to our food distribution sites, we can get you more information there as well.
The San Diego Hunger Coalition has sent out this information to 300 community-based organizations. So for families who don't have access to a computer or are able to do this online, if there is a community-based organization, community center that you trust, they will likely have information about this. If they don't, you can tell them to reach out to the San Diego Hunger Coalition, sdhunger.org, and we can assist. We are trying to equip our partners with as much information as possible so that those trusted community organizations that people are familiar with can assist. I think that you could call your community clinic for assistance on this card as well. So reach out if you need help. You could also try calling 211 and they will, they have information about the program.
Thank you. We have another question from KGTV. Can anyone speak to the feedback you've gotten from families who have used or utilized the funds?
Again, I would just, it's not so much feedback about families use the funds, but we have gotten questions from families who have received the card in the mail who don't understand what it is. And so again, it's very important that we're able to communicate to families, this is a legitimate benefit that you should be taking advantage of, and you don't have to worry that it's going to be related to a public charge benefit. You don't have to worry that your information is somehow going to people who you don't want to get that information. It's a card that you can use, go to the grocery store, and take advantage of the support for your families.
The families that I've heard from have said that it's a very welcome surprise, something that they weren't expecting. And right now, every bit of assistance is appreciated and needed. It's a tough time. I want to say a couple things about families who may be newly eligible, who maybe didn't participate in free and reduced price meal program before the pandemic. If you have experienced a household job loss or a major cut to hours, we would encourage you to apply for the free and reduced price meal program through your school district, and also go online and apply for P-EBT. So at the state level, they will continue to get new students who are enrolled in free and reduced price meals as they enroll, and they will continue to be doing this matching into July. So you can go ahead and apply. Again, when in doubt, apply for P-EBT.
Anahid, we have a request from Victor. Can you please repeat San Diego Hunger Coalition's URL or web address?
For information about Pandemic-EBT or P-EBT, or how to apply for CalFresh, or how to access a whole array of food assistance resources, visit sdhunger.org. That's the San Diego Hunger Coalition's website, sdhunger.org.
And then we also have a request, thank you for that, for the direct application URL.
That URL is, apologies, that URL.
And I should also say, we will be providing an image of the card. San Diego Hunger Coalition will be providing a graphic of the card that you can use in your news reports, so you can educate families on that, and links to San Diego Hunger Coalition, sandy.net, and also the direct application website that Anahid's going to tell you about.
So, and this is also a fairly simple website, ca.p-ebt.org. So ca.p-ebt.org. So there are a couple of phone numbers, and since we have some time, I'll just continue to kind of talk about what people are experiencing on the front lines of trying to apply. The phone lines are backed up. We do have some helpful hints on our website about how to make your way through that phone tree by hitting pound at the right time. So again, please visit our website, sdhunger.org, for more information. The online application is available in 3 different languages, English, Spanish, and Chinese. But we have been working with different community-based organizations. So if you're needing language assistance beyond those 3 available languages, you can reach out to the San Diego Hunger Coalition, and we will connect you with a community-based organization that's near to you who can offer you the services in the language that you need.
Excellent, thank you. I believe we have addressed all of the questions in the chat. I would, oh, we got one more. Yes, so Victor, we absolutely have someone who can speak to you in Spanish, and we will connect you there directly. We would like to provide just any closing comments from our three panelists.
Thank you. I just want to thank everyone, you know, in difficult times, which we are going through, both with the public health pandemic, the corresponding economic impacts, along with everything else our community is dealing with around the social unrest tied to systematic racism. I'm very grateful for groups like the Hunger Coalition, very grateful for the very proactive work of San Diego Unified and Richard Barrera and everyone there to make sure that we come together as a community to meet the need of our children. And we are grateful for this federal help and assistance, and grateful for everyone who's helped sharing the word. So much with so much going on and so many things happening, the ability to communicate to families on what's available, what's accessible is a vital component. You know, normally we could notify kids through school and through all of the normal things we have going on, but because of the situation we're in, it does require us to get very creative, and we do rely on our media partners to ensure that the public is aware of resources that are there for them. So thank you all again for all the work and allowing me to be a part of this.
Yeah, and again, I would just say thank you to Supervisor Fletcher and the county's leadership through this entire situation, and thank you to the Hunger Coalition. The one benefit that we've seen in this crisis is the degree to which San Diegans have rallied together as a community, and especially to support you know, our most vulnerable students and families. The volunteers that we see out at our food distribution sites every day is overwhelming, and we know that volunteers are out with Feeding San Diego, with the food bank, the many other efforts that the Hunger Coalition takes on. So this is a time where San Diegans have shown we've seen the best of us during this time, even in a very difficult crisis. And so thank you to the entire community.
Thank you, Trustee Barrera. Thank you, Supervisor Fletcher. Thank you to everyone who's attended today. In summary, for families, when in doubt, apply. This is not a public charge benefit. Visit sdhunger.org for more information about Pandemic-EBT and other resources. And if you're looking for a way to help, please go to our website and grab some of our social media memes and share them through your networks and share them with families that you might know who would be eligible for this benefit. Thank you again. We appreciate your attention, and we appreciate everyone's common care for the community.
Thank you all. I think that includes our Pandemic-EBT, P-EBT press conference. We're grateful for everyone who can spread the word and connect San Diegans to this resource. All right, have a great day.
Thank you, everyone.